I'm so happy to greet you from our new math class and hope everyone is ready as well as motivated to learn more about this subject. As you may recall, in our last sessions, we focused on circles and studied different rules and properties to apply on a mentioned shape. However, today we will turn back right triangles and try to learn them more deeply. Be kindly informed that the next discussion area will be Pythagoras or Pythagorean theorem. But firstly, let's move on to the next page and check what will be addressed today. Let's go. Firstly, we will learn what is Pythagoras theorem and how can we apply it to the given questions, and then we will solve different type of questions related to the mentioned rule. Firstly, let's start with this question. What is Pythagoras theorem? We know that in a right triangle, the longest side will be hypotenuse, and we mostly use C instead of hypotenuse. And don't forget that this side is always opposite the right angle. So we say that we will write C instead of hypotenuse, and we will write AB for two other sides. We mostly say that they are legs of right triangle. So if we want to apply Pythagoras theorem, we will write A squared plus B squared equals C squared. In this case, ABC will be the lengths of three sides of the given right triangle. The right triangle is given here, and as you see, we have three sides for this right triangle, 9, 12, and as you see, hypotenuse is 15 centimeters. We need to prove the Pythagoras theorem. If we want to prove it, firstly, we need to write the formula. It will be A squared plus B squared equals C squared. We learned that C is hypotenuse and AB are two sides of the given right triangle. And on the other hand, we told that hypotenuse will be opposite the right angle. So which means we can say that 15 is hypotenuse. So we can write 15 instead of C. We will get 15 squared equals and other sides 9 squared plus 12 squared. 15 squared will be 225 equals 9 squared is 81 plus and 12 squared will be 144, and then we will get 225 equals, if we add 81 and 144, we will get 225 as well. So as you see here, we got the correct equation, so which means the Pythagoras theorem is satisfied for this triangle. We learned that the formula is C squared equals A squared plus B squared. But in the question, we are looking for the value of C, not C squared. So for this reason, we will write that the length of hypotenuse will be C equals root of A squared plus B squared. Or we can say that to find the hypotenuse, we need to add other two sides inside the square root. Or if we want to find the lengths of all other sides, such as A and B, we will write A equals root of C squared minus B squared. Or we can say that B equals root of C squared minus A squared. So we say that if we want to find other sides, we need to subtract inside the square root. Let's start applying the previous formula to the questions. Here we have XYZ, which is a right angle triangle. XY and YZ are given, and we are looking for the value of XZ. So as you see, XZ is hypotenuse here, right? Because it is opposite the right angle. So we learned the formula. We will write C squared equals A squared plus B squared. So if we want to write this formula for the given right angle triangle, we will write XZ squared, which is hypotenuse, equals XY squared plus YZ squared. And then we learned that if we want to find the value of XZ, we need to remove square from the both sides. For this reason, we need to add square root. We will write XZ equals root of XY squared plus YZ squared. This is the formula. Now it's time to plug values instead of these sides. We will write XZ equals root of XY is 1.35, so we will write 1.35 squared plus, and YZ is 3.25, so we will write 3.25 squared. And then next part will be calculated with a calculator to get the most appropriate answer. So we will write 1.35 squared, which means 1.35 multiplied by itself, plus 3.25 multiplied by 3.25 equals, we will get 12.385. Let's write 12.385. But then, as a final step, we need to find root of this value. So if we want to find root of this value, we will write root to the both sides. And on the other hand, it says give your answer correct to 3 significant figures. Again, we need to take the first digit. So it will be 3.52. Let's write 3.52. So we say that the hypotenuse of this right angle triangle will be 3.52 centimeters. In this question, we are required to calculate the height of the tree, which means we are looking for the height of this tree, this distance. So as you see, if we draw this line, here we will get right angle triangle. And here we can easily find hypotenuse and other legs using the Pythagoras theorem. So as you see here, 20 will be hypotenuse, right? Because it is opposite to right angle. So let's write 20 meter will be hypotenuse for this triangle. And then 18 will be one of the sides of this right triangle. We need to find other side. And of course, we will use the Pythagoras theorem. So we will write 20 squared equals, and as you see, it is x. So it will be x squared plus 18 squared. And then we can write that x squared equals 20 squared minus 18 squared. And again, we know how can we remove square from the both sides, right? We will just add square root. So it will be x equals root of 20 squared minus 18 squared equals. Let's calculate it. 20 squared, which means 20 multiplied by 20, minus 18 multiplied by 18. Sorry, we will write 20 squared, which is 400, minus 18 multiplied by 18. So we will get 76. In other words, we will get square root of 76. But it's not enough for our final answer because it says give the answer correct to 1 dp. So we need the accurate answer, not root. So for this reason, we need to find root of 76. Let's find it. Again, we have recurring decimal, but 1 dp, which means after the decimal point, we need only 1 digit. So the answer will be 8.7. So we say that the height of this tree will be 8.7 centimeter. But in this question, we have 2 right angle triangles, ABD and BCD. We need to find the value of x or BC. But as you see, BC is a side of this triangle. But in this triangle, we don't have enough sides to find the value of x, right? Because we have only CD. It is 4 centimeters. But if you want to find x, which means I need to know the value of BD as well. So for this reason, I need to start with this triangle, ABD, because in this triangle, we know 2 sides, so we can use the other side easily. So I will write AB squared plus BD squared equals AD squared. As you see, AB is given. It will be 5 squared. Let's write 5 squared plus BD squared equals AD is hypotenuse and it is 10. So it will be 10 squared. So we can say BD squared equals 10 squared, which is 100, minus 5 squared or 25. So it will be 75. But again, we need to find the value of BD, not square. So for this reason, BD will be root of 75. So we know what is the value of BD. It will be root of 75. There is no need to calculate it. And then in a final step, we need to find the value of x. But x is hypotenuse, right? Because it is opposite the right angle. So we can write that in the second step. BD squared plus DC squared equals BC squared. BD we found in the first step. It is root of 75. But if we want to find square of it, we will remove root. It will be 75 plus DC is 4. So we need 4 square, which is 16, equals BC square, and then we will get BC square equals 91. Again, it says give your answer correct to 2 decimal places. So we need to calculate it. We need to find 91 and root of 91. We will get this recurring decimal, but 2 dp, which means we need 2 digits after the decimal point. So it will be 9.54, right? Not 53. Why? Because here we have 9, and 9 is more than 5. So for this reason, BC, let's write BC equals 9.54 centimeter. It will be the final answer for this question. But as you see in this question, the two sides of this right angle triangle are given with x. One of them is 7x, another one is 24x. But hypotenuse is given with the exact value, which is 150 centimeter. It says show that x squared equals 36. Again, show that doesn't mean solution. We just show that this equation is correct. For this reason, firstly, we need to apply the Pythagoras rule one more time. We will write 7x squared plus 24x squared equals 150 squared. So we will get 49x squared plus 24x squared will be 570x squared equals, and 150 squared will be 22,500. Again, we need to solve it. To solve it, firstly, we need to add 49x squared and 576x squared. Let's add 49 plus 576 will be 625x squared equals 22,500. And then if we want to find x squared equals something, we need to remove 625. And how can we remove it? Of course, divide both sides by this value. So it will be x squared equals, let's divide here, 22,500 over 625, and we will get 36. So as you see, we got x squared equals 36, which is given in the A part. So we completed A part. But in the B part, we need to calculate the perimeter of this triangle. But if you want to find the perimeter, firstly, I need sides. I need exact values of the sides. And of course, we need to find the x here. X squared is 36, so we can easily find that x will be plus minus 6. But again, we don't take negative values. So x will be 6. So this side will be 42 centimeter, and this side will be 144 centimeter. I just plug 6 instead of x. And again, perimeter, which means we need to add all sides. So perimeter equals 42 plus 144 plus 150 equals, let's add them, 42 plus 144 plus 150, and we will get 336. 336, and the units will be centimeter. In the final question, the shape is given in a form of trapezium, and it says a farmer wants to put a fence all the way around the edge of this part of the field, and the farmer has only 50 meters of fence, and it's asked, does he have enough fence? And it says you must show all your working, which means you need to show all steps which we used. So firstly, look at this sentence. It says all the way around the edge. If you are talking about around the part, around the field, in this case we are talking about perimeter. So which means if you want to find this fence is enough or not, firstly we need to work out the perimeter of the shape. But we know that to find perimeter, we need to add all sides. Here we have 4 sides, 11 is given, 10 is given, 18 is given, but we don't know what is the value of this side. It is x, it is missing value. So for this reason, the first step will be about finding this missing side. For this reason, here we can create right triangle here. Just draw this line, and as you see, this line and this line are parallel, and both of them will be 10 meters. So let's write 10 meters here. On the other hand, 11 is given. So this part will be 11. So we can easily find that this part will be 7, right? Because the total length should be 18. So here we have right angle triangle. One of the sides is 10, other side is 7. So we can find x. On the other hand, x is hypotenuse here because it is opposite the right angle. So we will write x squared equals 10 squared plus 7 squared. X squared equals 100 plus 49 equals 149. And then if we want to find x, we need to find root of 149. So it will be, again, recurring decimal, but taking 3 significant figures will be enough for this question. So take 12.2. Let's write 12.2 centimeters. So we know what is the value of x. Now we can find the total perimeter for this trapezium. Let's write 1 here. And in the second step, we will write perimeter equals 11 plus 10 plus 18 and plus the last side, 12.2. Let's try to work out the value of perimeter. It will be 11 plus 10 plus 18 and plus 12.2. So we will get 51.2. Let's write 51.2 meter. So perimeter of this trapezium is 51.2 meter, but the farmer has only 50 meter of fence. So we can say that this fence is not enough. So let's write the answer here. It is not enough. Why it is not enough? Because the perimeter, which is 51.2, is greater than the total length which we has. So it will be greater than 50. Today's lesson was completed successfully. Today we talked about Pythagoras Theorem and how can we apply it to the given questions. As you are aware, this topic is very familiar from the previous classes and consists of only one simple formula. On the other hand, in IGCSE, Pythagoras Theorem is mostly used as a part of solutions related to different geometry questions. For this reason, it's important to memorize it and revise frequently. I'm absolutely sure you will do your best to fulfill your duties and achieve beyond expectations. I wish you best of luck in your missions. Bye-bye.